Hey everybody, this is DJ. Welcome to day 42. Today I want to explore with you how you define success. And I'm going to say how you define success so that you can actually see for yourself whether you are really determining whether you are successful or not. And so when we're talking about success, immediately the only level that you are judged by when you live within the US, and I don't think I'm making an overstatement here, is by how much money you have, financial success. That is probably the highest standard by which that is probably the only standard which people judge you by on the surface. And even more so in the current environment that we are living in. And I know, like I said, I don't even think that's an overstatement. I think that is more of a statement that bears out as fact more often than not. So it is even more important that you and I define what success means. And that means in every area of your life. Because if you do not define what success is for you, you will have someone else, an external standard determining that. And that will slaughter you. It could make you, that kind of judgment will trigger within you feelings of inferiority, that you're not doing enough, and so you start overcompensating even when you're doing enough. So let's get right to it. Okay. When you look at your life, look at every area of your life and ask yourself, what value is it that you derive from this area of your life? So if you have a job, you go to the job and the job pays you X amount of value, X amount of money for the value that you create. And when you are in this job, you have a criteria that you judge yourself successful at. And for some people it will be just this simple. I get the job done, and it's that vague. For other people that have thought through it a little bit more, is they say, I want to be a great colleague. I want to do thoughtful and high quality work. I want to hold myself to an impeccable standard when I communicate with colleagues, or whatever else you add. The more you define it, the more measurable it will be for you, so that you can always feel amazing about the work that you do. And I can honestly tell you, you don't even have to love it. You don't even have to love what you do. You just have a technical little criteria that you've determined that lines up with the basic performance standards of within the job, that will give you a level of success. But that's just in your job. When you come into your relationship space, into your physical health space, you gotta define what success is for you. And from time to time, you may have to challenge that and test it to see if you're leaving maybe more opportunity on the table. So what do I mean by that? For your health, I can say, oh, I feel successful every morning when I wake up at 3:15 a.m. I feel successful every morning when I go do an hour of cardio, or 40 minutes of cardio, or 30 minutes high intensity cardio. And that could be my basic criteria. And I only have to do it 3 times a week. If I do it 3 times a week, that's a win for me. If I do it 4 times a week, I'm overperforming. Do you see? Is that when you decide, you empower you. So you have to set up the game in such a way that the criteria that you determine, you can hit those spots all the time, so that you feel amazing about yourself. There are enough people and circumstances that are coming to challenge you and tell you how inferior you are, how you are not enough, how you suck at this, how you suck at that. There will be more than enough people that will do that. Your job is to protect this psyche, this energy, this positive forward-looking attitude that you have, and keep pushing forward, setting the criteria, achieving it daily, small victories, every day, keeping your promises to yourself, and your confidence and your self-trust levels will increase. And when your self-trust levels increase, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It does not matter when they speak out of their fear-based mind, using fear-based language on you. It does not matter. When you recognize that someone is speaking to you through their fear, you can immediately just miss it. And you can put the tape in your head and you can remind yourself of how amazing you are for the things that you're doing right now, not the things that you will do in the future. That we keep as a vision. Because everybody will judge you based on where you are, and you are just a work in progress. Nobody that is fairly intelligent, that is planning to build a 20-room mansion, judges their building process when they're just laying a foundation or when they're just putting up the roof. The vision carries it. The amount of work that you put into your life starts putting shape into it. And only you need to track it. No one else needs to do that. They'll be too busy judging you. So your job is keep a positive forward-looking attitude, and you define what success means for you. Don't allow it to the outside circumstances. Go try that. Until we meet again. Cheers.